Hi, and welcome to the AP Style Quick Reference. The AP Style Guide has lots of useful information about journalism, leads, sources, fact-checking, and other interesting topics. However, at Textbroker, we do articles on any topic, not just for news reports. So you're not asked to abide by guidelines if they simply don't apply to your article. With that said, here are the most common AP rules that apply to just about everything. For grammar and syntax, start by hyphenating compound adjectives. A compound adjective is when two words combine to form a single modifier. For instance, a 10-foot pole or a blue-gray, cloudy, overcast day. However, don't hyphenate -ly adverbs like a diligently writing author. Use commas to list coordinate adjectives. Coordinate adjectives are separate adjectives that could be joined by the word and. So white and wispy clouds or white, wispy clouds would be acceptable. In the same way, you could drive a quiet, fast car. You can make an exception for this comma when adjectives flow smoothly. For instance, a little old lady, or the deep blue sea. No comma is required for these. These expressions have known meanings much like compound nouns. You would never say a little and old lady to refer to a little old lady. Follow that guideline when deciding whether or not to omit the comma. The AP Guide recommends omitting some commas when the sentence is short. But in order to be clear, Textbroker prefers that you include these commas. For instance, he lived and he loved. Or on Tuesday, it rained. You can, however, omit the serial or Oxford comma. This hotly debated comma generally doesn't add anything for a short, simple list. So ham, turkey, and bacon doesn't need a comma. But if the list is more complex, definitely include the comma. Ham and eggs, waffles and syrup, and other breakfast combinations are available at Denny's. For style and format, AP Style has quite a few notes on how to form just about anything. For titles, put the title in quotes and capitalize the principal words excepting conjunctions, articles, and prepositions of 3 or less letters. Also capitalize the first and last words no matter what. For a business title or job title, again use initial capitalization. Quotes. Set off quotes with a comma. Ending punctuation for sentences goes inside the quotes as well. However, if a punctuation mark would change the inflection of a title or another quote, leave it outside the quotation. So who directed Finding Nemo would have a question mark outside the quotation marks. Observe proper capitalization rules for companies and websites. Capitalize the company name as usual, but for www.facebook.com, use all lowercase. For the internet and web, these are proper nouns, so capitalize them. Webcam, website, webmaster, etc. are not capitalized. We get a lot of questions about citations and attribution. In AP Style, this is largely up to the author, and AP recommends a citation within the text, such as according to the mayor, or state records show that. For dates and times, form the full date as shown with the 3-letter abbreviation for the month. You can shorten it like this, include the day like this, or if you're using the month standalone without a date, spell out the month in its entirety, whether or not you're using it with the year. When referring to dates and times, AP Style recommends that you describe the time rather than use a specific date or time when it's not important to the story. So if there was a car crash, you could say the car crash occurred in the morning, or in the evening or the afternoon, instead of at 5:54 p.m., which might be a little bit too specific. Or you can say that it occurred during rush hour, or another known time of day. If you need to use the specific time, use the numerals and put periods after AM and PM. AP Style goes pretty in depth into how to form numbers. In most cases, you can use the spelling of the word, for instance in 3 Mile Island, or the numeral. In these cases, these are established terms. 3 Mile Island is a place, and a 3G phone is a specific type of technology with an established usage. So for titles, places, and other established names and usages, you just use it the way it's spelled all the time. For general numbers, spell out the number if it's less than 10. Spell out the number if it's a casual expression. So, you're 100 years too young to lecture me on how to write an article. Spell out the number if it starts a sentence. But for just about everything else, use the numeral. For ordinal numbers, so first, second, third, etc., spell it out. Unless it's part of a name or title, for instance, the 101st Battalion. AP Style recommends spelling out the word percent and avoiding the percent sign. That's it for this video. These are the most common notes that we come across for AP Style. Again, if you're not applying for 5-star status at this time, then you don't have to memorize these or use them every time in the article, but try to stay consistent. If you have a question about something specific, contact us at authors@textbroker.com. You can pick up the hard copy of the AP Style Guide on Amazon or any other site, or at your local bookstore. Thanks again for watching. We hope this has been informative.